When I was young, I was bullied and teased a lot. I had warts on my hands. That set in motion about at least a decade of dealing with bullying, teasing, being made fun of, sitting alone in lunch, just a lot of social and emotional angst, trauma. I didn't know this then, but during that time, I was really taking it personally. I was really feeling sorry for myself, and that was an origin of my victim mentality. Sure, I was a victim to bullying, but I played my part in it as well. I was complaining to my parents. The teachers didn't help, and if I told on the kids, it would make things worse. I was very smart as well. I was very intelligent with a high IQ. We had a couple psychologists evaluate me. They're like, yeah, he's really smart. We don't know what to do. They tried to put me into more advanced classes. I didn't want to do it because it just was more homework and work. I just wanted to play. There was this conflict of not fitting in intellectually, not fitting in physically, emotionally. The bullying, the home life wasn't perfect. So there was a lot of stuff going on. I started my software company when I was 18 years old, and no one in my family were entrepreneurs. We were blue collar, lower middle class. I just had to learn, how do you start a software company? This was 2006. This wasn't like, hey, welcome to YouTube. Do you want to make $1,000 a day on the internet? I had to figure this out. Right now, if you want to create software, you could drag and drop templates. There was none of that. I had to learn how to code by hand. Along with that, I had to learn about business. That was a perfect tie-in with the personal development because there was a lot of, how do you learn how to run a business? How do you learn a successful business? How do you market? When I start to market, I'm coming across limiting beliefs. I get afraid. I'm not confident. Oh, work on that. It all started really tying in together, along with being an 18-year-old. I also wanted to get better with women. How do you talk to women? How do you not be sad and scared and pathetic because nobody likes you because for 20 years of your life, you were at the bottom of the social food chain? I was learning how to become a better person. I was learning how to interact with women and make friends. And I was learning entrepreneurship. From there, I started learning therapeutic, more healing modality stuff. I read more books. I took courses and seminars. Eventually, I started to make the shift between being a consumer, a client of this work, to realizing, oh, I'm actually really interested in doing this for other people. I want to help other people because this saved my life. I was trying to make it in this field of being a coach, a consultant. I had some amazing accomplishments and then I failed. I was struggling with scarcity and poverty, and I had a really rough time. So it was very confusing because here I was, my software company had clients like Whole Foods, Samsung, Disney, Walmart, British Telecom, Sony Pictures. I was also learning all of this spiritual and psychological and medicine and healing, all of these sort of life secrets to become the best person you could be. And yet my life was working less and less. Despite my successes, I was homeless. I couldn't figure out how to make a living from helping people. I had an encounter with a mentor who had an approach to healing, of transformation, that revolved around moving in your body and recording that. What I saw was nothing short of terrifying. What I started to see was all of the stuff that I learned in my head wasn't actually embodied within me. I had this image in my mind that I was a great person, that I was smart, that I was outgoing, that I was friendly, that I was gracious, that I was generous. And then I see myself on video. I saw someone who was passive aggressive, narcissistic, who was manipulative, who was scared, who was shameful, who was hiding. And I said, oh my God, this is why my life isn't working. That led me to actually breaking through all of that stuff, to doing all of this shadow work, going into the depths of facing the darkest parts of myself, to eventually forming what I call somatics. And this is the work I do now. I have an award-winning best-selling book. I'm making a lot of money. I have a great relationship. My life is finally working. From that place, I've been able to help hundreds of people personally and tens of thousands of people through my books and my work. That all came about through the work that I do now, through realizing and recognizing that it's not enough to figure it out in your head. it has to happen in the body as well.